Hey, hello there. Welcome to the very first model of C++ programming course. In this model, we are going to discuss about computer hardware. Now, it is very important to know about the computer hardware before directly jumping onto the programming. Okay, so this model can be a little bit basic for most of you guys maybe, but this is necessary to study about the computer hardware. So let's quickly get started. Let's see what different computer hardwares are, what are different devices available in computer system, and then we'll see function of each and every computer hardware. Okay, so it's going to be a very small module. It's very small, very tiny. It's just kind of a revision, and this is something which we all see in our day-to-day life. Okay, so let's quickly get started. So if we categorize our computer hardware at high level, then we usually categorize the computer devices into two categories. The first category is called as input devices and the second category is called as output devices. So input devices are the devices which are basically used to give some input to the computer. Okay, so we all know these devices. We know keyboard, we know mouse, then we know webcam, we know microphone. So all these devices are basically used to give some input to the computer. These devices are called as input devices. Okay, then we also have a set of output devices. So whenever we perform any action on the computer system, then computer can give us some output, or usually computer gives us some output. Okay, so there are some set of output devices as well. So the output devices which we commonly use in our computer system are monitor, then we have printer, then we have speakers or sounds, we can have headphones. So these are nothing but some output devices. Okay, so usually we as a user, as a computer user, we usually interact with these input and output devices to get our job done. Okay, so whenever we have to provide something to the computer, we use input devices. Remember, if you want to type anything, then you use keyboard, that is an input device. And whenever you want something from the computer in return, then you usually use output devices, right? So whenever you are typing something on the keyboard, then usually you want to see that typing is happening, right? So usually you use your monitor to see the output. Similarly, if you want something on paper, then you usually use printers. So these are some output devices that are available in our computer system. Okay, now these input and output devices are just fine. I mean, these are just used to give some input to the computer or to take some output from the computer. But what is exactly happening when we are giving input to the computer, and what is exactly happening by which we are getting output from the computer? So this entire thing is done in the big black box. Okay, so we all know, if you have seen a personal computer, okay, which used to have a huge monitor and then a huge black color box. Let me just show you in the picture. So if you see, the computer used to look like this previously. Okay, nowadays everyone is using laptop. So previously most of the people used to use a computer and then a desktop, I will say, not a computer. Even laptop is a computer. So desktop, and then the desktop computer used to look something like this. This used to be a monitor, and this black box used to be your daddy of your desktop computer. Okay, and the important thing that we should know is what exactly is there inside that black box. This is something which we have to study in this model. Okay, so input output devices are fine, but let's see what is there inside that black box.